And here are the crypto top headlines. First up, Grayscale CEO hints at Bitcoin ETF approval. We're ready for the main event. Next, U.S. Financial Services Committee to discuss illicit activity in digital assets at Wednesday hearing. Also, CBOE Digital to launch margined futures for Bitcoin, Ether. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, Grayscale CEO hints at Bitcoin ETF approval. We're ready for the main event. As Grayscale seeks approval to convert its Bitcoin trust into a spot ETF, the product's discount is shrinking rapidly. Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein seemed to hint at the likelihood that the firm's Bitcoin Trust product will soon receive approval to convert into a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, as he tweeted, "It's been a 10-year dress rehearsal. We're ready for the main event," this morning. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, or GBTC, was launched in September 2013, just over 10 years ago. Perspective. Enthusiasm around a number of potential spot Bitcoin ETF products has been driving a rally in crypto prices, and the potential for a successful conversion for GBTC seems to be boosting that product in particular. As of the time of this writing, GBTC's discount to its net asset value, or NAV, is sitting at negative 10.35%, its best performance since July 2021. More details. Optimism about the conversion was buoyed after a Court of Appeals ordered the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to review Grayscale's application after the regulator was sued for previous denial. While the SEC could still reject Grayscale's application, it would need to find new grounds for doing so, its previous justification, that the futures Bitcoin market is not closely connected enough to the spot market, having been deemed insufficient, Decrypt reported. Key takeaways. Though Sonnenschein's tweet was cryptic, the market is ravenous for progress toward the launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF. A falsified rumor that BlackRock's application for such an ETF had been approved immediately drove the Bitcoin price to a local high last month. And as an approval window for several applications opened last week, the Bitcoin price surged to $37,000. It's the final countdown, as Eric Balchunas, a senior ETF analyst with Bloomberg, who has become a leading voice around Bitcoin ETF approval, responded to Sonnenschein. The context. The GBTC discount has been steadily closing this year as the firm appears to be inching toward conversion to a spot ETF. With the SEC running out of credible reasons to deny such a product, Sonnenschein may have a good reason to think the main event is indeed around the corner. Our next top headline, U.S. Financial Services Committee to discuss illicit activity in digital assets at Wednesday hearing. The Financial Services Committee is holding a hearing on Wednesday, November 15th, to discuss illicit activity in digital assets, including money laundering, terrorist financing, and the rule of law enforcement in crypto crime. Witnesses include Senior Counsel and Director of Global Regulatory Matters at Consensus and former Associate Deputy Attorney General at the Department of Justice, Bill Hughes, former trial attorney and human trafficking finance specialist with the U.S. Department of Justice's Money Laundering and Asset Recovery Section and partner at Arcturus, Jane Khodorkovsky, and co-founder and chief strategy officer of Chainalysis, Jonathan Levin. To ensure that the digital asset ecosystem is not exploited by bad actors, it is critical that Congress understand the degree to which illicit activity exists, what tools are available to combat this activity, and explore any potential gaps to prevent and detect illicit activity. The court memorandum reads, Bad actors. News of the Financial Services Committee hearing comes shortly after the U.S. Deputy Treasury Secretary Wally Adeyemo promised upcoming sanctions on Hamas following the militant group's use of digital assets. There are places where we think Congress needs to act, Adeyemo said. We're going to work with Congress to get more tools. The memorandum continues that bad actors may seek to use digital wallets, mixers, and digital asset trading platforms to transact and obfuscate the movements of digital assets. It acknowledges that the problem of money laundering in crypto often exists outside of the U.S., citing responsibility to digital asset platforms that operate outside of the U.S. that have substantially deficient anti-money laundering programs. Similarly, the hearing will address the role of regulating bodies in the crypto space, particularly in regard to anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism. The AML/CFT regimen for the United States financial system is predicated on the existence of regulated intermediaries, the memorandum states. These intermediaries are not present in certain parts of the digital asset ecosystem. Regulatory framework. The Financial Services Committee hearing comes at a time when discussions surrounding the need for a crypto regulatory framework garnered national attention as a jury found FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried guilty in his landmark fraud trial. Previously, the Justice Department announced plans to double the size of its national cryptocurrency enforcement team in order to cover the ballooning number of digital asset cases. Numerous pieces of legislation have since been introduced in an attempt to quell the situation. What you have in the United States is legislative paralysis, executive overreach, and the judiciary trying to control the situation, said Tim Inninking, managing partner at Solison and CEO of Presearch.com, Inc. I don't see that changing really anytime soon because of the split House of Representatives. Crypto Crime in Context, Breaking Down the Illicit Activity in Digital Assets, is scheduled to take place Wednesday, November 15th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our next top headline, CBOE Digital to launch margined futures for Bitcoin, Ether. CBOE will become the first regulated U.S. exchange to offer both spot and futures markets on a single platform. CBOE Digital, the crypto arm of the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, said it will list margined Bitcoin and Ether futures starting January 11th after receiving CFTC approval for the products in June. It will become the first U.S. regulated exchange and clearinghouse to enable both spot and leveraged derivatives trading on a single platform, according to a press release. Margined futures allow traders to use leverage to take a position that exceeds the size of their collateral, whereas regular futures do not. The new product will be supported by trading firms including B2C2, Blockfills, CQG, Cumberland DRW, Jump Trading Group, and Merex. Futures have long served as valuable hedging instruments in the traditional financial markets, and we couldn't be more excited to extend access to this tool further into the digital assets markets and offer margined trading for our customers, CBOE Digital President John Palmer said. We believe derivatives will foster additional liquidity and hedging opportunities in crypto and represent the next critical step in this market's continued growth. Last August, CBOE Digital named a series of crypto heavyweights as equity partners following the acquisition of trading platform ErisX. CME, one of CBOE's competitors, listed Bitcoin futures in December 2017. That listing marked the cycle high, with Bitcoin topping out at $20,000 on the day before tumbling to $6,000 in the subsequent 2 months. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.